Welcome everybody to Inside the Booth. Don't you just love that music countdown?
I love it.
It's better than that other one we used to have. That's for sure.
It's because we're professional YouTubers now. Of
That's
course.
right. Of course. So thanks everybody for joining. I am Dan the Law Arena. Ooh, I am the Law. And then we got Dreaming Tabitha.
Yes, still on location if you haven't noticed. But this is a different location. I was born a rambling man. Well, that could be interpreted badly these days. But yeah, I'm moving. I'm seeing the world.
That's it. Might as well, right?
Well, I see R2's asking if I'm using a new camera angle. I thought, R2, that I would try a Rogue Disney approach to this tonight. So that you can see my friend Festus up here. Festus the barn owl.
Who?
Who? Festus, I just said. Sorry, I had to go with the kindergartner joke there. Hey, everybody, welcome. Hi.
We got R2, Kaylee, the GilkMan, JJ, Benjamin Joyner, Mrs. R2, and my mom. So what's up, everybody? I know I usually don't do that anymore in the beginning, but decided to throw it out there real quick.
We like to mix it up. Are they going to stick with their old ways? Are they going to go with the new ways? See, so Dan's gone with the old introduction, but I've switched camera angles, so we're keeping you on your toes.
That's right.
I just knocked over Festus.
Oh man, it's because you moved in your chair. You went swivel, and it went hoot all the way down.
He's cross-eyed now. Look at that. That's just sad. He's cross-eyed. All right.
Anyways, so we are reviewing the movie Tombstone tonight. Some great actors in this one.
Or are they?
That's right. Or are they? I'm your Huckleberry, or am I? I don't know.
You could just be a plain old Tom Sawyer. We don't know.
Exactly. So, yeah, we have Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. Oh goodness, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, and Bill Paxton. Right, those are the four main guys, brothers things, and then you got a few other ones. You know, you have like the bad guys. Johnny Rango was played by Michael Ben.
Charles Heston Jr. Stephen Lang. Thomas Hayden Church. I mean, just to list a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, did you know the famous Stallone was in this movie? But which Stallone? You may ask.
The Italian Stallion is sure not.
Yeah, not Rocky, but we had his brother Frank Stallone in this one.
Oh, okay.
And Frank did a really good job, to be honest. I know his part is short, but you know. What Billy Bob Thornton Jr. is in it? I mean, right?
I don't see him in the credits. They apparently didn't think he was important enough to put it towards the top. So,
well, he's not at the top, but I'm just telling you some of the cool guys that were like, you know. Did I said junior, right? I don't think there's a junior.
That's what got me confused.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you know the first section where they show some old footage has the real Wyatt Earp in it? So that is why he's credited in this movie as one of the actors. Ooh.
That's pretty cool. I mean, That's pretty cool.
Okay. Uncle Mike's not going to be on tonight, but we'll say hello to Uncle Mike anyways. So when he does watch this, he'll get a kick out of it. Anyway,
just So you guys know, also to keep you on your toes, I have a new official category chart.
Yeah, look at that. It's not a piece of paper like last time.
I'm going
I
fancy.
like
I had my
fancy
piece of
fancy
paper, my official piece of paper.
piece of paper.
Is that you or me beeping all over the place?
Oh, that could be me. I
Oh,
still have Facebook open. Sorry about that.
okay. So you're doing a
Closing
good.
that out.
Not only do we have saloon music, now we've got
Facebook music.
That's what professional YouTubers do, people. So, but
That's
yes,
it.
I'm gonna keep tally with the new and improved method here. And if it gets a point, it doesn't just get a point; it gets a wave.
Ooh, a wave.
No, it doesn't have a gun or anything, or a cacti or
Oh, well,
anything like
that's too bad. It should have been like
that. So,
a
yeah,
revolver. You know.
yeah, they don't offer that. So
Hmm.
we have what we have today. So, well, with that being said, where do we want to start? Well, never mind. I know where we start. Um, because
Well,
I
that
have
won't
the official
change. That's it. And that won't ever change. We got the maker, which is Tabitha's brother. What's up, Josh?
You've never seen Tombstone? What? Come on now. Do we not share the same father? How have you not seen Tombstone? Surely you've seen Tombstone.
All right, I'm firing you before I hire you. No, I'm
All right, I gotta know. So those people in the chat, Tombstone is like a very beloved Western film, especially
yes, yes. I love this movie.
among the male folk. Yes, exactly. So I'm curious about the people that are here. Who all has actually seen Tombstone?
There you
Just
go.
curious.
Dread
Um,
Saber Phil says Doc Holliday was only able to defeat
Ringo.
right?
Ringo.
Ringo, after he left his girlfriend, who was running him into the ground. Yes. Why do I need another channel to be addicted to? Well,
YouTube.
thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Tombstone, one of the best westerns ever made.
I didn't
Yes.
know one of the Beatles was, in the.
Even heaven, even Chuck. What? I can't read that. Can you read that?
I
Chuck
think it's Chuck
Heaven,
Houston.
Heaven, Hooven,
Tombstone
Hashu.
is one of the best westerns
Yes,
ever made, is what Chuck says.
yes,
Will be
and
the
I
judge
believe
of that.
this.
Okay. What
I
do you
want to believe. I do believe this. I love this movie, guys. But you guys are gonna hate me for critiquing this movie. I'm just gonna throw it out there. But I do love this movie. Okay, I just want you to know I love this movie.
I
It
want
may not
everybody
look
to
like
get a
it
good
tonight.
look at Dan right now
I mean, look at
because
me. I
he
mean,
might go
look.
missing. He
I
might go
got,
in hiding. We might
I
have to
got,
put him in the witness protection
I
program
got my
after.
Maverick cards. You know, let's play poker right now. I love this movie, but Dan
Ah,
Hudson, but with
Housen.
Chuck.
Thank you
Okay,
for
Dan
clarifying
Hudson
that.
with
So yeah,
Chuck.
we might not see Dan after this episode anymore. It might just be me and Festus from now on after what he has to say about this beloved movie. So why don't we
Well,
get it started so that people can destroy you? Uh,
yes. So the plot.
oh, did you want me to go first?
I could have gone first. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I was just waiting for your camera and then wanted to be like,
We're
or,
professionals. It's all good. We're professionals. It's
that's
all
it. I
good.
wanted to be like this.
And that's going to be Dan at the end of this episode, everybody. So
I'm
hold
gonna be the
on to
one.
your buckets.
Hold on to your butts.
All right. I
Would you like to go first? Talk about the
okay.
plot. Tell us what the plot is, and then maybe I'll explain my version of the plot.
Yes, I'm always down for Dan's version of any film. Yes.
That's
But so according to the internet, Wyatt Earp, played by Kurt Russell, and his brothers Morgan, Bill Paxton, Virgil, played by Sam Elliott, have left their gunslinger ways behind them to settle down and start a business in the town of Tombstone, Arizona. While they aren't looking to find trouble, trouble soon finds them when they become the targets of the ruthless cowboy gang. Now together with Wyatt's best friend, Doc Holliday, played by Val Kilmer, the brothers pick up their guns once more to restore order to a lawless White. That's my idea of the plot. Dan, what's before I give my opinions on the plot, what's your version of the plot?
Well, Wyatt Earp comes into town. He
Here
wants
it
to
comes,
start
guys.
making
Let's listen.
money, and so he slaps around some guy who's at the bar, or not at the bar, at the poker table. It's poker, right? Um, it's not that other one. What is that other one
Slaps.
called? Yeah, whatever. Um, anyways, it's not that other one. I
Go
think
fish.
it's poker. Yeah, go fish,
Face.
go fish, my friend. um, and so they start making money off of these poor saps of people that live there, and then all of a sudden they get some feelings, and they're like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should help these poor saps and become the sheriffs in town, because someone just killed a cowboy just killed the sheriff. So they're like, these cowboys are no good. We need to make some rules in town. So let's become the law, because that's what I am, the law.
Enter.
And that's right. And enter me. Um, and then so everybody kind of knows who Wyatt Earp is. But in this movie, everybody knew who Wyatt Earp was. They knew
Right.
his reputation. And
Yeah.
Doc Holliday is also there, one of his great friends and buddies that he used to gunsling with the law. Well, they were the law and gun. Well, you know what I'm saying. Doc Holliday is my hero. Yes, he is a hero. Dennis, thank you for coming and seeing this show.
Dennis is the winner of our giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. Which I need to send out the rest of it soon. So uh,
Coming soon to a mailbox near you. Dennis.
that's right. That's right. Um, and then the bad guys were like, "Yo, we're gonna kill the law." And then they were like, "No, you're not." And then so the bad guys, one of the bad guys, which is the Ringo, well, not Ringo, it was the Billy.
Ringo Starr.
Ringo guy, or the other guy, I don't know. Someone killed Wyatt Earp's brother, and Wyatt Earp got upset, but he didn't really get upset, but he got upset, so he left, and then they thought he was gone for good, and they were like, "Yo, where's your brother Wyatt?" And he's like, "Right behind you, pal." Boom, and he shoots the guys, and then that's when the montages start. Billy, yes, Curly Bill, Brazzi, you're right. That's the other guy. Thanks, Joker Boy. Thanks for helping me out. And then, boom, boom, boom. You get a lot of montages, and then they're like, no montage, and then they go, let's do another montage of
I
killing
don't
cowboys,
think that's part of the plot. I think you
and then the end. I think I did, and then the end, and Wyatt Earp wins. So there you have it, everybody. The plot.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
My favorite part of this movie, on behalf of the plot, was when Wyatt Earp was upset, but then he wasn't upset, but then he was upset. I couldn't have said it better, Dan. That's my favorite part out of this.
That's right. Oh, Joker voice just quoted one of the parts. Tell them the law's coming, and you tell them that I'm coming, and hell's coming with me.
With
And
me.
that's kind of like what the priest said in the beginning. So there you go.
So, as far
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off. I wanted to hear what you had to say. So as far as the plot goes myself, now, we of course do our own rating system here. I just think it's interesting to note. I'm looking at IMDb right now. It did get a 7.8 out of 10, which is actually pretty good there. But as
Yeah,
far as the
sorry.
plot, I mean, it's kind of hard. We've talked about this before. This movie is
It's kind of based on the true story ish,
it's
right?
supposed it's like many movies when it's based on historical.
Someone's gonna report me.
Uh-oh. It's drunk 3PO. If Tombstone gets
I
anything less than a 10 out of 10, I will report
know.
the channel. Well, well, Dan, it's been nice. It's been
It
nice
was so
talking to
nice,
you. You know,
yeah,
we've had a
nice
good
doing shows
run.
with you. Okay.
You know, it's been such an honor to be part of the booth, and helping you guys celebrate 5 years, and so
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
nice while it lasted. But
yeah.
since we're gonna get reported, um,
At the
so the
end,
plot, I always have kind of a hard time rating plots when they're based on historical events because some people are like, well, it's based on history, so it makes it a good plot. No, you know what? I ate oysters for dinner this evening. That's a historical fact. Okay,
that's
doesn't
right.
make
It's a good plot.
doesn't make for a good plot. You know, unless the oysters were delivered here by Martians and Scooby Doo was at the dinner table with me. But he says just jokes. No
I know.
caps. I heard the story about no caps. Yeah, that was funny. So I think it's a good plot. Personally, I think I will give it a point. Like I said, just because it's historical doesn't mean it's a great plot. My I do I. Oh, okay. I say I give it a point. I'm a little torn. So the best way that I can describe this film is that this is a man's soap opera.
Hmm,
Um,
that's a good description.
so the plot itself is good, and this might tie in a little bit with acting. It's kind of hard for me to separate it here. It's part of the script. It's not so much the actors though. So it's like, again, the plot. Yeah, you got the brothers. They all have a history, and then they meet up with Doc Holliday, who's notorious for this, that, and the third, the gunslinger, and all this kind, smooth talker and whatnot. And then, of course, there's lawlessness, and they decide to take up the mantle and restore order and stuff like that. It's not bad, but it's just the fact that this movie, for me, kind of paced really slowly, and I was watching this. This was very dramatic in a manly, girly way. It's the best way I can say it. This was a man's Hallmark movie, is what this
Yeah.
movie is. Okay, and we all know how to have the feels about Hallmark movies. Look, I am a Kurt Russell fan. Yeah, wrestling is a man's. I like that. I am a big Val
So
Kilmer fan.
Tombstone is an action western.
He was pretty special in the olden days there to Tabitha, but so it's like I like this plot, but I don't like how they carried it out. Does that make sense? And for that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it half a wave because that's what I'm doing on the official category chart.
How do you do half on the
I
chart?
don't know. I'm gonna figure that out.
I don't know.
What you think about the plot?
Okay.
Wait, dramatic pause for Dan to sigh.
Yes. The plot. You know what? I will go for a full point just because.
A
I
full
do.
wave.
Yes, a full wave. Woo. Woo. Anyways, I'll go for a full point because I do like this. This is one of my favorite movies. Guys, this is really hard. I've watched this movie like religiously like my whole life, at least twice a year, you know?
This is Dan's Christmas.
And last night I had to watch it with critiquing it with my
Critical eye.
categories that I have made, and
You set yourself up. Yeah.
I did set myself up. I can't say it's dinner time, but this movie is a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece. Bye. We'll see you, Matt Vader. Hopefully, you can catch what I have to say later. Um, and this, obviously, Western movies from up to 1993 were kind of, they have faded away and they weren't really that popular anymore. You have a lot of the sci-fi stuff that was popular. Um, so they're kind of bringing back westerns, right? In this
Mhm.
movie, and they're like, okay, let's see what we can do. And I heard that the directors really didn't want to do this too much, so Kurt Russell picked up the slack and directed most of this movie.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah, Val Kilmer said that in an interview about the movie at one time.
Hmm.
You can find it on YouTube somewhere. And if I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me I'm wrong in the description below. But that's what I've heard. Um, so I love this movie, guys. I really do. One reason why I'm going to give the plot a point because obviously they have to somehow get from A to B to the end of the movie and have it be what it is. So I will give the plot a point. Um, the rest of it
But
is,
why do you give the plot a point?
I think it's, well, because obviously it's historical, right? Um, I
That
don't,
doesn't mean anything. Remember
but
my oysters? You
yes,
don't
I
care
know.
about my oysters.
Well, whatever. If you made a movie about your oysters, I guess I would care about it. If you
I will.
zoomed in on it
Coming to
and
my
made
channel.
really good cinematography with it. The Frank, how are you? Um,
Hi.
so I this movie, the brother getting killed and the revenge situation. Um, is a cool plot. I mean, a lot of movies are like that. So I guess that's why I'm going to give it a point for now.
For now, he might subject to change.
Um, but yeah, I like I like this movie. I like Val Kilmer. I like Kurt Russell. I like Sam Elliott's mustache. And I love his
Right.
mustache. It's the
Well, I
same
mean,
mustache in all his movies, and the
kind of
same,
like Tom Selleck. I mean,
right?
but I mean, like the actors don't make for a good plot.
That's true. But I'm
They
sticking to this, and I
okay.
am not moving.
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
moving. I'm
do
giving it a point.
the
Give
official
me a point.
wave and a half there. So.
Oh, how'd you do that? Did you just like erase some of it
Mm-hmm.
somehow? Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Yes,
Okay.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Well, since you've already kind of transitioned us into acting because you kind of coupled them together,
Right,
what
right.
would you like to complete your thought on
About acting,
about the
yeah,
acting?
I thought the acting was really good. Well, I mean, obviously, when you're critiquing a movie, there are certain spots you're like, that, you know, with the because of the actors that are in it. And these are like top actors. You would think they
Yeah.
would have refilmed a couple of parts. So one of the spots that really gets me and really, I know everybody's going to be upset with me about this, but really gets me cringed is when Kurt Russell is saying the no part and shooting the bad guys. He's like, no, no, no. And then all of a sudden he gets in the river part and he doesn't say no normally. I know it was supposed to be maybe a slow motion, but he's like, no, and that was really the way he did it was really cringe. I think they should have refilmed that or maybe just left it normal speed because it might have been the camera angle. Maybe it wasn't the way he did it. Maybe it was the way the camera was looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was really cringe to me. So yeah, so for me, the acting gets a half a point because of those certain spots.
Gets a half a wave. Ooh,
Don't
dance stepping
shoot
on some
me, guys.
toes.
Don't shoot me. I'm just
Joker's over here saying the acting superb.
no,
Um,
I mean, if I'm watching this movie without having to critique it, yes, I love this movie. Acting superb. But I have to watch. I had to sit back and take away everything I know about this movie and be like, okay, now I got to watch this as if it's my first time and as if I don't love this movie. I have to watch
Not
it,
biased.
yeah,
Yes.
without being biased. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the best, but obviously it's one of my favorites. But it's like I
Right.
hate doing this. This is killing me right now, guys.
Gosh,
On this
and I
show,
wish I
I
wish
am
I could remember. We've reviewed a movie before here that I
feel the
really enjoy.
stabbings.
I really, really enjoy it. But then, like you said, going back and watching it with a critical eye kind of changed it to where I like the movie, but now I'm very aware of the flaws, and
Yeah,
that's not. What are you doing? Oh, I thought you were crunching in the egg carton over there. So yeah, like the maker says over here, critiquing a movie, I'm assuming you love or you like, is challenging. It is trying to
it
be,
is.
and it's okay. Like Dan's a brave soul over here to be able to say that this is one of his favorite movies, but there's things about it that are flawed, you know, and knowing that we have a fan base here that enjoys this movie. Like I said, among
And
the men.
let me tell you guys, I would love to buy the action figures to this movie. If anybody knows where I can find them, I'd love to buy them all because I love the characters. But yeah, go ahead, keep going.
No, I like what Joker says too, but that one scene of cringe is enough to make you out of a full point. Sus, Dan, very sus.
Well, it
Dread's
wasn't just
neighbor
that.
Phil says that dialogue is way too modern if you watch Deadwood. I've never watched Deadwood, but I guess
Yeah, yeah,
that
and
can be a decent.
that's another thing.
Mhm,
That like some of the words were not like we just reviewed Once Upon a Time in the West. Though
mhm.
that was these are two totally different movies. The contrast, the way they talk, and he's right. Some of the modern language kind of takes you out a little bit. I mean, it's not a piece where you say you don't like it because of that, but it's just a little. There's like little bits and pieces. It wasn't just the cringe part that gave it the two montages is another thing that gave it half of because one montage is enough. Why do you have to go back into another montage after? All right, let's ride the last time, and they're like doo doo doo, and then they're shooting. I mean, why do it twice? I mean, maybe the montage ordeal was like the thing to do back in
I was
'93,
just
but
getting ready to ask, was that maybe a
yeah,
phase in cinema?
maybe that was a phase like, oh, that's so cool. Let's just do it two times. We'll make it cooler.
This
I
movie
don't
came
know.
out in 1993. I don't know if that really was a phase back then, a little bit before
I don't
my
know
time.
either.
So.
Right.
Kaylee says that I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope that you're having a
Yeah, you
fantastic
have it. Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I
A
really do, and
fantastic
everybody
day.
else as well. But
Oh,
so
Joker voice really is disliking me now. He says he's got a scoop.
he's gonna leave. See, loose
Have to
dollars.
record and upload. All right, you have a
See
good night.
Friday, man. Yeah, he's gonna be some. I'm just gonna do a shameless plug here since Joker's in the chat right there. He's gonna be on my personal channel, Dreamy Tab. I'm teaching him how to paint on Friday night, so
Oh,
that's
nice.
gonna be fun. Guess I'll leave you guys guessing what we're gonna be painting. You'll never be able
Joker,
to figure it out. So
Batman.
Batman or Robin? No. So acting, yeah, it's one of those things where, again, like you said, this is a star-studded cast. A
Now,
lot of
Val
actors.
Kilmer's acting was perfect all the way through. His was spot on. I loved his, but
He he did a
you know,
great job. That's for sure. They all did a good job. I just don't. This is again where it's a little bit of a back and forth for me because it's not so much like the actors so much as it was the scripts.
right,
Um,
right. It could be, yeah, and the way
because
it was directed or something.
the actors did a really good job, but the script itself, like for example, for like Wyatt Earp,
Mm-hmm.
you get a strong sense, for me anyway, you get this strong sense that the man has just lived and seen through so much turmoil, and I don't know, he seemed very stoic. And I understand that in the movie, he's got issues with his wife and things like that going on, and see, and that for me was the part where I just became very cringy, and I was like, this is a dude's soap opera. This whole thing where he's just casually riding through wherever and then finds the redheaded woman over there, and then they just happen to go on a picnic in the countryside. He's like, no, my intentions are pure, but dang, is she hot. And
Right. So
and can I
true.
be faithful to my wife who is an outraging alcoholic? I just don't know what to do. This is the part where I started to lose so much interest in this movie because it was unnecessary to the plot of the film.
It was, yeah.
And it was just so girly in a manly way. Okay, it's the best way I could describe it. Okay,
Right.
like it was such a
I
soap
get
opera moment that it was just stupid. Like it was just irritating for me. And
You know what I'd
so,
like to see?
mhm.
I'd like to see the comeback of Frank Stallone. Yeah, he got stabbed in the movie, right? But they never showed him dying or anything. So why doesn't he get a spin-off of this movie? Frank Stallone as the angry poker player man.
Oh, so this
Get a
movie's called
spin-off.
Tombstone. What would that one
Yeah,
be called? Like
that would be
Undertaker
cool.
or Rise of some? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Fun.
didn't. Kurt Russell is one of like probably one of my favorite or like top actors up there for sure. And
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think that they used him well in this film. Personally, like this was not a role, again, like phenomenal actor. Somehow I could not get on board with this character. Um and I don't want to say it was his acting skills, but maybe it was, but only because they gave him a like poor, I don't even want to say poor dialogue. Maybe they gave him poor direction as far as
Or
how to
maybe
portray the character.
because he took over a little bit of the directing, that it was hard for him to do both.
Maybe, I don't know. So it's one of those things where, like I said, I'm a little bit torn because I don't
He's
want to
not
blame
Mel
the
Gibson. Let's
actors.
just say that he can't direct and act all at the same time.
Maybe, I don't know. So for that, I think I'm going to also have to go with half a wave here because I and even like Val Kilmer, again, like Bill Paxton to me was annoying. I like Bill Paxton. Love him in like
Right.
Twister and stuff like that. But he just kind of seemed like the
Annoying
not like
little
he wasn't
brother.
like the annoying little brother. And
Because
I
he
didn't
was the annoying little brother.
I guess, but not in a good way. I don't if there is a good way. I don't know how to explain it. And then the only one that I think did an amazing and outstanding job um was what's his face, Sam Elliott, because he's just kind of the same person
Oh yeah, I mean he
always.
does.
And
He's always
and
does.
Val Kilmer did a good job. I just felt like it was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit stoic again. That seemed to be kind of
It was a
the
little over the top, because he was always like sickly and drunk and sweaty and stuff. Or
I don't
I mean, I don't.
know. So I'm otherwise people like you said are going to crucify me. So I'm sticking with my half a wave here because you have a
People
fantastic
left already. We're at 7 watchers now. We
you
were
have
at
a
like 12.
fantastic cast, but I couldn't get on board with the characters. So that's why I give it a half a wave.
Gotcha. Um, I know I didn't give it a point yet, did I?
You did. You gave it half a wave.
And did I give it a half a point? Okay.
You
Okay.
did.
Okay, half a point. Um, he was sick, not drunk. LOL.
Right. Right. Right.
Right. He had TB. Right. But I thought he was drinking a little bit too. Didn't he
Well, I'm
like
sure he was drinking a little bit.
when he did the cup thing, making
Now,
fun of
what
that guy? Wasn't he kind of drunk at that time? I don't know. I thought he was.
But I think it was more of like he was on the pain medication or whatever like that, and less about.
Okay, well, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But what's interesting is that, and not to crush anybody's dreams or whatever like that, but according to researchers, that Doc Holliday wasn't quite as gunslinging as he's made out to be in the movies. He apparently only killed like 1 to 3 guys.
Right.
But history has exploded with this idea that, you know,
everybody's a gunslinger, yeah.
That he had like 57 notches on his belt, you know. I'm not trying to take away from him and his. Did you actually know that he was a dentist?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. So on top of everything else that he did, he actually got a degree at 21 in dentistry. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Alcohol was the medication of the Old West. Yes.
This is true. Yeah.
I understand that, Dennis. Yeah, I get that. There's a lot of alcoholic stuff for.
And like he had tuberculosis when he was tending to his mother, and so he developed that TB, and then actually moved out to Arizona because they said the climate would help him. But,
right.
So, but anyway, so half a ways for me from acting. And oh my goodness, is that some of our merchandise that you're drinking out of, Dan?
Ah, it is.
Look at that beautiful black and white cup depicting the logo of our very own Inside the Booth. Oh,
we also
and
have
of course, the classic.
That's right. We got these to keep your cans cozy. It snugs them right in.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Fall is right around the corner, guys. Just saying.
That's right. You want to be snuggy, don't you? So does your cans. Go get a cozy. Go get a koozie. Anyways, yeah, let's show them the merchandise shop store thingy about commercial.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Everything you just said is my favorite thing to do every day.
That's right. Merchandise. It's our favorite every day. Or at least every Sunday and Tuesday when we stream live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. Dread Saber says, TB, opium, black smoke, drink, no rest, mostly the opium, I guess.
There was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, opium. That's
a drug. Yeah. You know, so... But
yeah, a lot of stuff can get you sick. So that's why you don't smoke, don't drink, stay clean, don't do drugs.
Go outside because nature will kill you. Like, just stay in your houses, people.
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside and just binge watch Inside the Booth. Okay, you'll be all right.
Binge watch it. And if you need a little oxygen, just buy yourself a little tree plant to go be in your bedroom behind you or something. So
you can open the window for a couple of seconds. It won't hurt you. Yeah, and just like I said, and just binge watch Inside the Booth. Help get us, those hours because
he's the best.
It is the best.
So, well, we're halfway through our categories.
That's right.
This movie's looking about as sickly as Doc Holliday right now with our point system. Can it be resurrected with cinematography? Dan, take it away.
No, it cannot be resurrected with cinematography. I love this movie to death. Some of the shots are great. I love how, especially like, Wyatt Earp was supposed to meet Ringo, and Doc Holliday comes from the shadows, and you see that was a great shot. A lot of it was just dull, though. Like if you look at the cinematography, at the video, there's a lot of dull areas, like where things aren't popping, things aren't lit properly, things are, their faces were not as, I don't know, they weren't really bright or anything like that. One thing I'm comparing to is um, the last Sunday's review when we did Once Upon a Time in the West. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they had the pretty lady coming off the train in Once Upon a Time in the West, right? And
Right.
wow, I mean, if you look at that shot when she comes off the train, you see her face. I mean, it almost looks angelic, right? Her hair is
Sounds like
almost,
Dan's got a little crush. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Her, I got a crush on the guy who made this movie. The hair, you could see the hair was like, I don't know, perfectly colored. You could
I must
see
have
the
missed
eyes
that.
were popping, and when the eyes popped, they were brown eyes. Hello, how can you get brown eyes to pop like that? Everybody goes for blue eyes, right? Because they
You'd
pop
be
naturally.
surprised. That's right. That's right. When brown eyes get hit by the sunshine, it's over for everybody else. Okay, it's like magic, golden honey magic. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it is the way he shot that was beautiful. But you
Mm-hmm.
come over to Tombstone, she gets off her buggy, stands in the dirt, looks over, and they have almost the exact same shot. It's
Yeah.
just dull, right? And she's got the blue eyes that kind of pop a little bit, but you could see in the face there wasn't as, I don't know, it just didn't go, whoa, look at that. What a beautiful woman. Um,
Yeah. To be fair, she
then
was suffering from, the headaches and alcoholism. So, not everybody's glowing for the right
I
reasons.
was okay. You're right. I wasn't talking about the blonde-haired wife. I was talking about the
Oh,
brown-haired actress that he likes.
oh,
That, look at
yes.
that, her. And then she's like, "Look at him, tall glass of water." You know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. As soon as I saw her step off the carriage, I was already irritated because that actress irritates me anyway. And I'm like, she's perfect for this
Yeah.
role.
Right. And I don't know. They just didn't have the same shot. The same. I mean, in 1967, it was
Yeah.
beautiful. 1993, it's like, I don't know. The guy running the camera didn't know how to expose his pictures. I don't know what
Well,
happened.
it's not the guy running the camera's fault. It's the director of
Or the
photography.
director, right, right. The director of photography. Yeah. I mean, did he not? Did he go to school for like 5 minutes and learn nothing? And he's like, well, I like to do it, so I like these shots
Wow.
here, and but he didn't have the exposure, the f-stop in the right place, and I don't know, it looked dull, it looked flat, it didn't look like anything popped out at you, um, which was very irritating with a lot of shots too. It wasn't just that shot. That was my biggest that's the most noticeable shot that I compared it to. But there were a lot of shots that were like that. There were some shots that were good. Don't get me wrong. There's some shots that were really nice, pleasing to the eye. But most of it kind of was dull to me. And that's how I can explain it: dull and flat. Right? That's how I'm going to explain it. I don't know the specific, uh, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
terms of
Verbiage.
media, you know, as a
Wow.
videographer. Um, yeah. So, unfortunately, cinematography does not get a point for me.
No, no way.
And I love cinematography, and you know what? I mean, it's really hard to say no because, hello, they're making lots of
Hey,
money. I'm making
no
jack.
pun
I didn't
intended.
make
Stick to your
a
guns.
movie. What?
I
Sorry.
said no
What?
pun intended, but stick to your guns. I mean, you
Yeah, I
you
know.
spoke a lot of words into existence and passionately about how you feel. So don't be ashamed if you.
I know, but it's just it's just one of those things where you really like the movie, and it's really hard to watch a movie you love in a way that is critiquing, and you know I don't know, it's really hard. So I guess I'm sticking to no, But at the same time, just remember, I don't have the money to make a movie, and my shots probably wouldn't be that good anyways. So
And now you're like
you
shaming
know,
yourself, so you
I know.
feel better
I'm just saying,
about this hate that was
well,
just said about this movie. Like,
well, I mean, you get people out there going, "Oh, you didn't want, well, I'd like to see you make a movie," and then you're like, "Oh, I don't have the means to make a movie." So
you don't need to have the means to know when something's bad,
I
So
know, but still, all right. So there's my answer, unfortunately, to that one. I told you everyone was gonna hate us and leave. We're like at 2 viewers now or something.
actually, now we've gone up to 9. So
I
R2, I see you, and I'm gonna check that out. So Dan gives that. I didn't notice anything necessarily spectacular about this. But I thought it was good in the way that it looked like a 1990s Western movie.
Oh yeah.
So I can't, cinematography is not my strong suit here when it comes to critiquing films. I I'm gonna kind of give it. I'm gonna give it a wave because I thought that it fit. It looked good. I got the vibe. It
Mhm.
worked for me. So this is the one. There's very few times where Dan gives no point, and I'm the one over here hitting it. So it's a little weak. So next would be so Dan. You want to do music? I'm curious. I'm really curious now to hear what you have to say about the rest of
Can you do the music first?
it. Okay.
You do the music. You do the music.
Okay. I'm gonna make it very simple. I give it no point because
Okay.
there was nothing spectacular about the music for this. For a movie that is so well beloved, it's like it didn't even have something cute like with the Clint Eastwood movie. Like you don't even get anything like that. Some kind of annoying little thing that everybody years and years later is still humming and so like
Gotcha. Yes.
and again, this was a man's soap opera, so the music was a little, especially with the love scenes or whatever, it's just like, oh my, whatever. I can't. So I can't even.
Ah, crazy. Okay. Um, music. I liked the first part of when the music started, and
There was a song in and of itself.
yeah,
I like the first part of when the music started. That's
and
literally
that
what you just
is
did.
about it. Yeah, the music really didn't do it for me in here either. Probably because I don't know, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything you know, like the Clint Eastwood sounds or even the old Western movies had something that you know triggers you,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's a Western movie. That sounds familiar. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's triggering. In this movie, they
Yeah.
had a
Plenty of John
oh,
Wayne films like that
yeah,
had
exactly.
something you could remember.
We can't all fit in with John Williams style. Well, that's
This is
true.
true. This is so
We can't,
true. You can't
but
hold everybody to his standard, even though he
no,
is
you
my
can't.
absolute favorite composer. But
Yeah,
what you gonna do? I just
even I don't know. Even I have to compare this to that darn movie we watched for Sunday.
You mean the
Even in
one that you found very interesting?
yes, that I found very interesting. It was good, but it wasn't good, but it was good, and I just couldn't explain my feelings for the movie. Yeah, even that movie has more memorable music themes than this movie
And
has.
there hardly was any music in that movie. And
That's
so
true.
that's what's saying something.
That is saying something. Um, yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, Someone who loves this movie is now like, I don't know, not giving good
They're
points.
just they're a puddle of disappointment right now.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
so what do you give the points for the music?
I'll give it a half a point for the music.
Half a wave. Here we go. Now we're
There we
cooking.
go. Now we're cooking.
Okay. The last category. The one that separates us from the animals, that makes us significantly more important than any other reviewer on YouTube. The allegory.
Yes. But before we do that, let's say hello to Press Play.
Alan?
Hey, Alan. How are you?
See, this is one of his favorites too. And look at what we're doing. We're like cremating this
I
movie.
know, that's why everybody's leaving. They're coming to say hi, listen. Ooh, I want my ears to
talking
and we're
about
like,
Tombstone.
I can't. Search for the theme for Justified. I saw a commercial on YouTube about Justified. I think that's another Clint Eastwood movie, and it looks really good. So I will search for that theme. Honestly,
Now, I would love to know before we move on to the allegory, for some time's sake there, for those of you in the chat that you really love this movie, why? I would really like to know what it is about this
there you
film.
go. Yeah.
That,
Tell us. We'll put up your comments on the bottom here.
So we would like to really know, because
and
you've stuck around with us this far and you've heard our pros and cons of this film. We've noticed that a lot of people, even on Twitter, where you can, of course, follow us on Inside the Booth, a lot of guys really love this film. And I would like to know what it is about this movie. Were there campfires, Dan? I don't remember.
I don't think.
So, R2, are you speaking out of turn? Like, I mean, is it really a man's movie? Is there a campfire? I don't remember at this moment.
Right.
Kurt Russell's
mustache.
Should have been his own credit. David says it does have campfires. Okay, so this is a man's movie. We have clarified, at least for my part.
I think that's a question. He forgot the question mark.
Okay.
Does it have campfire?
It's definitely a man's soap opera from my point of view. But I mean, like, literally, I really want to know what is it about this movie
seeing a campfire, honestly,
that draws the attention of men. I would not put this movie in the same category as like Braveheart, Taken,
right.
Olympus Has Fallen. You know, I'm just saying, these movies that men are really drawn to. So
right.
What is it about Tombstone?
I don't know. Maybe it's
such a fan base.
Maybe it's the gunslinging. I'm guessing it's the gunslinging part. Where. And
yeah, but there's plenty.
There's a little comedy and,
There's plenty of movies that have gunslinging. So what is it about this one?
Maybe Doc Holliday. It's the friendship between Doc and Wyatt. Well, maybe, yeah. There you go, because that is a friendship, and he does stick with him to the end. I remember, and he wrote that book that said "My Friend Doc Holliday," and he gave it to him, and he was holding on to it at the end there.
So a story of friendship. Interesting. I would not have expected that answer. Okay.
That's a good one. That makes the plot get a point. No, I think I gave it a point anyways, but that's a good point. I like that. Tabitha watched 13 hours. The guys are the same. 13 hours.
For 13 hours? No, thank you.
It's all the guys walking down the street with their guns. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's because of the guns, and it's got that Western feel. It's not a campfire, but you do have a burning building behind them when they're walking. Remember that part?
I'd rather watch Black Hawk Down or something like that. I mean, it's just
13 Hours is a great movie. I'll have to look that up. I don't think I've ever seen 13 Hours. Honestly.
I'd rather watch like Rio Lobo or something.
There you go. Press play says. Alan says, standing for what's right no matter the odds. That's true too. Yes, maybe that's what
I could just watch Star Wars for that.
Well, right, but yeah, I mean, there's something about, I guess, a West. This, See, these guys are making the right points. It's clicking in my head. This is why I love the movie, but I can't give it the points that it doesn't deserve.
Guns, booze, and ladies for rent, and manly mustaches. This is what a good manly movie is made of.
That's right. That should be a
Well,
t-shirt.
speaking of ladies for rent, the allegory of this film, what are our thoughts, Dan?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go first.
I was thinking about it, and then I was like, let me pull a switcheroo here.
All right.
See, since now
Good.
now the wheels are turning, and you're seeing
Right.
things you never saw before. So I want to see, you know.
Alan says, but Tabitha, it's got Kurt Russell.
I know, and I love Kurt Russell, but I don't think they did him justice in this movie. To TBH, bruh.
TBH. You know, I guess for me, the allegory would be the friendship deal. While thinking about it, while everyone's talking about it, would be the friendship between Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp, and gonna have to go with doing what's right, no matter what, and that's true with us as we walk it with Christ. Our relationship with Jesus and others. Kurt Ghost directed this movie. Yes, that's what I said in the beginning. That Kurt Russell was said to be known to direct the movie, and that's and maybe he's not the best director in the world. Maybe that's why it may have not been a higher points and whatever. Anyways, but he did a good job. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. Obviously, I'm not giving many points because I have to critique it and watch it from a point of view that I've never seen it in before. But the allegory, yes, our relationship with people, you should stick things out to the end. With Jesus. Now, if they're going to use you, of course, you don't want to stick it out to the end with people that use you, that only call you for something that they need.
I know, Alan. I know. We're crushing souls one by one.
And we are tonight.
We apologize. We sincerely apologize here on Inside the Booth.
We do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like what Alan said. That the whole what's right, no matter what. You're doing what's right.
Are you trying to tell me that you didn't have an allegory before
I didn't really
Alan
have
showed
much. Yeah, until Alan showed up, I didn't have much.
Alan, you the man. You the man.
I was going to talk about brotherhood, because the brothers came together to bring in law and order, but I think the deeper part is what Alan said. Doing what's right no matter the odds. No matter if your brother dies, you go back after the bad guy. It's black and white, bad guy stuff. Good guy, bad guy stuff. And our walk with Christ should be the same. We stand up for Christ no matter the odds, no matter what happens in the end. Are we going to stick it out, or are we just going to give up and walk away? So yeah, I like that. So I'll give the allegory 8 points.
Okay, I'm gonna let you judge.
They did okay, but standing up for what's right no matter the odds is kind of the same as the friendship brotherhood thing. It kind of coexists in this movie. You don't give up on somebody till the end, and they don't give up on people in the city, getting rid of the evil till the end. So
Never give up, never surrender.
Amen. Hallelujah.
He said, so to add to your thought, which is really Alan's thought, Wyatt and Doc walked two totally different lifestyles, but their friendship was held tight enough to save them. I will admit that is something that I can find in this movie that I appreciate and that I do like. in any kind of movie is when you have, oh shoot, what is the movie I'm thinking of? Oh man, it just left me. But I think it's a sci-fi movie. But when you have two different people, it's almost also like when I watch movies that have police officers or whatever, and then there's it's not exactly a criminal, but not a very moral character, individual, kind of a shady character, and they respect each other enough that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen those kinds of friendships in movies or TV? It's, one is fighting for, the law. The other one is more of like fighting because the law is not necessarily always right. So you got one that sticks by the law, and then there you have one that sticks by more of his own moral compass. And they respect, so they're on different ends there, but they respect each other enough to see what they're doing. And so I can see that with this film as well. For me, again, I'm going to let Dan judge my allegory for this one. I'm going to come across really harsh at first, and then I'm going to expound maybe a little bit more graciously. Okay? Here we go. Don't be a douchebag and chase a skank when your wife is going through a personal crisis. That would be the main heart of my allegory. Now to go down and make it a little bit more on this plane of existence, like, I understand people go through hard times and whatnot, but it really was if you've ever read the book of Proverbs, and especially in chapter 7, it warns you about what you would say the woman on the corner, if you will, but more of like just temptation in and of itself, sexual temptation. It's like, don't play games with this. Don't tiptoe around it, because the other person is out to get you. Like, they've made themselves available and put themselves in that spot to be a net to catch you. You have to make up your mind, I'm not even going to play games and get near the net. So he made the grave error of thinking it was just a conversation. It was just a horseback ride through the countryside. It was just a picnic. That can lead to very serious consequences. And again, like I said, I understand we are human. We make mistakes, we fall. That's the grace of God. Please don't think that I'm trying to judge people who have had hardships in their life. I'm just saying, when you watch, that was the first thing that when I watched this movie and I saw the ridiculous nonsense going on, I was just like, he is playing with fire. This is not right. What he is doing. He knows what she's up to, and still he's playing with fire. And, whether or not,
did you know in history he was married to her the rest of his life? So maybe there's something
that doesn't make it right, though.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe, whatever.
Right. Well, I'm just saying
keep going.
I'm just saying that's right. Just because he ended up, like, if that's true, just if he ended up marrying her and staying married to her forever, that doesn't make chasing another woman who is not your wife right. So, that was just something that I noticed with this film. And again, films, whatever. Like, I'm not saying that they needed to have this movie as perfect and whatnot, but that was just something that I noticed. And like I said, I thought about from the Bible, where it's like, don't put yourself in that place of risk. Run away. Like, he had no business talking to that woman because he knew what her intentions were, and you just got to be careful. Just because you think it's a simple conversation, man, if somebody else on the other side has different plans, and let's just be real, women know how to work the system to shake a man down, if you will. Like, you got to be careful. Watch some skanks,
Watch those skanks.
And watch those players too. It goes both ways. And I see Alan says, well, I totally agree, Tab, that his wife was an abusive heroin opium addict who would have not accepted. I know, You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I try to backtrack just a little bit and say I understand that there are problems in this world, and that we sometimes make erroneous judgment calls because we come from emotionally unstable backgrounds, or coming from a place of hurt. Doesn't make it right, but I can sympathize with
Right.
why. I can sympathize with why he
Right.
wanted to talk to this beautiful woman who was giving him attention. But at the same time, he should have been smart enough to know, because they portray him as this wise, level-headed character. Should have been smart enough to know this woman, she just wanted that tall glass of water. She knew he was married. Skank. So, for that, Dan, I'm going to let you decide if I get a point or not.
Yes, you give it a point.
I do? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I am going to, as always, members of the booth, I'm going to tally up the points, let you know what we think about this movie, while Dan talks about something.
All right, everybody. I will talk about blah and more blah and blah 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 blah.
We're going to have to work on that, aren't we?
Let's don't forget to vanquish the like button, subscribe to the channel, ding, wait, and this is what you do to the bell.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
That's what you do to the bell, so you get more notifications, or that you get notified, not more notified. I mean, why did I say it that way? So you get notified for more content. That's why the more was supposed to come in. I don't know how to speak. Words are hard tonight. So also remember, inside the booth tv.com/shop, you go get yourself a nice beautiful mug, t-shirt, hoodie, something like that. All the links are all the links for our merchandise is in that page. We have a Teespring store, a TeePublic store, and Tabitha's Etsy store. So check something out if you guys like us and want to.
Of course they like us. Why wouldn't you guys
support the channel? Help support our livelihoods. We are trying to get rid of Mr. StreamYard in the corner over there. And we are trying to get so that we can have a little bit more people on a panel other than just 6 at times, sometimes. Not all the time, because it gets kind of cluttered and then don't know what you're watching every once in a while. So we still want a little bit more sometimes, but there's times where we won't probably put a lot more. But just saying.
We'll leave you guessing.
We'll leave you guessing on when.
You never know what we're doing.
Yeah, you don't know what we're doing here. Just like I don't know what I'm doing here half the time when I am here.
Well, and on that note, Dan, as always, before I do the grand reveal of the tally, the total tally, what do you think this movie got? As a reminder, IMDb gave this movie a 7.8 out of 10 possible points.
Mm-hmm. Well, by the way, guys, we do have a Patreon for only $1 a month. I had to slip that in there. Sorry.
There we go.
So, what did I think we got?
Out of 10 possible points, what do you think Inside the Booth's official rating is?
So the official rating is 10 out of 10 because 3PO said that he would report us if we didn't. So even though while we talked, we did not give it a 10, in the end, it's still a 10.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that the unofficial rating of this movie is 6 out of 10, but the official keep us from getting in trouble is a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, Drunk 3PO is going to report our channel. I got you. I understand. So this movie did not get 6 out of 10 points, people. just to let you know. Which honestly is not too bad considering, again, that like if you think of like IMDb, a 10 out of 7.8 out of 10, we're pretty close to that. This got a
we're pretty close.
Yeah. So, is it? I have a before we do what we do 6. All right, you guys are gonna like just hate me. They're gonna cancel Tabitha. I can hear. I have a confession to make. This movie, like, I just started drawing. I didn't fall asleep like I did with Once Upon a Time in the West. But I watched this movie and I just started drawing because this movie was so uninteresting to me. So
you fell asleep at Once Upon a Time in the West. I didn't. I don't know. I liked that movie. I think it was the cinematography, and I think it has something to do with because this movie was not cinematography with that one great.
Well, so with that being said, Dan, at the end of all of this,
Best Play Plus 2.
Would you recommend people watch this movie?
Yes, I recommend people watch this movie because it is a great movie.
Despite what Dan said.
Despise all the little flaws. I don't know, it's just one of those fun movies just to sit back, relax, and watch. It's just like a fun movie. Is it a perfect movie? No. But should you watch it? Yeah, of course you should watch it. It's good, you know.
This is a 9.5 minimum. I would say, of course, because here at Inside the Booth, we don't tell people that what to watch and what not to watch. So I would say if you want to watch this movie, watch this movie. I will not necessarily tell you, hey, go check out this movie because it's fantastic. I would be more of the apathetic lines like, if you want to watch it, give it a try. I don't know that I'll ever watch this movie again. Maybe I will. Maybe if I ever get a man, because it seems like this is a man's movie. Okay, this is the vibe I'm getting between here and Twitter.
Right.
Men love this, so I'm going to assume when I have my significant other with me, I'm going to have to ask and be like, Tombstone, is this going to be like what we have to watch every year, twice a year, every month, the way that Dan does? Like, because I might be subjected to watching this film again, but would I on my own volition?
Gotcha.
And Val Kilmer is in it, so that's saying
something. Val Kilmer's in it, that's right. I can volunteer.
What, to watch it again?
To watch it again? Tombstone is a good movie, a soul assassin. Yes.
To each their own. I like
Soul Assassin, I think you're a little late.
So.
Yeah, you're a little late. But have you seen the show 1883 yet? That's got Sam Elliott in it. Oh yeah, that's a decent.
I don't think I've seen that movie. I do not believe that this is Val Kilmer's best movie either.
No, it's not his best, but he did do a good job.
He did do
he did a good job.
He did do it.
What was that movie where Val Kilmer is like a master of disguise? He's always changing his disguise, and then I think I've mentioned this before on this channel a while back. I forgot the name of the movie, but he's really good in that one.
Because he is a good actor. Someone asked, do I even like Top Gun?
Yeah, Top Gun is good.
I like Maverick. I don't like Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick was really good.
Maverick, I would watch again and again.
Look
Top
at what
Gun,
the ghost says.
I hope I never see it ever again in my life. I have The Saint. Okay.
The Saint, yes, that's the one.
Okay, don't be hating on Batman Forever, okay? I love Val Kilmer and Batman Forever. Love him.
Yeah. The Saint was a really good movie. Thank you, Martin. What's your favorite Western film, Tabitha? Ooh.
Ooh, that's hard. I love McClintock. I really do. I I like most John Wayne movies, to be honest. I'm learning so much right now. I do like Cowboys and Aliens. I thought that was a
But that's not a real Western
yes,
movie.
it is. Yes,
It is
it is.
not. With all the
Howie,
technology that's in there, that's not
what does
Western.
that? What makes that not a Western film? You
I
got
don't know.
cowboys. You
It
got the
just,
West. You got the hot desert sun.
I don't know. I guess in my opinion, it doesn't.
Um,
But okay,
I
that's fine if you like that one the best.
got Harrison Ford in it. Perfect. No, there's a lot of Western movies. I can't think of all their names right now, but like I do. Like I said, I like Rio Lobo. I do. I like McClintock. I like True Grit. Which, speaking of that, we will be doing True Grit here soon too. Is that coming up on Sunday?
I believe so. Yes, I think it's True Grit.
Okay, so
And we're
guys,
doing both True Grits. We're going to compare
that's
the
right.
first, the one with John Wayne, and then we're going to compare it with the newer one that came out in 2000. Can't
With
remember.
Jeff
14.
Bridges.
Yeah, I think it was 14 or something.
Should be an interesting show. Should be an
Yes.
interesting
Did you
rumble.
see what Jacob Ironside said? I come to you now at the turn of the tide. Sorry I'm late. Very late. We're going to be closing soon. Darn.
I don't think John Carter counts as a Western, given that the book and the movie take place on Mars. So,
Right.
don't know that you can count it. Because just because it takes place in the desert doesn't make it a Western.
Because
So,
of Mars.
because
Oh,
Mars.
there you go. Soul Assassin gave another good Val Kilmer movie.
Ghost.
The Ghost in the Darkness. That is a great movie. It's about, I think, tigers or
Yeah.
lions? No,
Oh my.
tigers.
He was
Yeah, it's
also
about tigers. It's about the tigers that were like possessed by demons or something like that. It's
like
pretty
Kill
cool.
Me Again was another movie that he was in with his then wife Joanne Whalley.
Yeah. So
I like Two Mules for Sister Sarah. I like that one too.
you like 50 Goes West?
I do like Five Will Goes West.
Hang 'em High. Hang 'em High is good. Young Guns is good, everybody, which we will be watching toward the end of this month.
Yes.
With a special guest. So there you go.
So come on down, and if you haven't subscribed to the booth, do so now so that you can.
That's right. And remember, ding that bell button, so you get notified for this month, because this month, the rest of the month is still westerns, everybody, except for girls' night. I don't know what you're doing.
Right. Next week is Girls' Night. I'll go ahead and tell you we are going to be talking about costumes, the best and the worst in cinema history. And I've got an awesome panel. Girls' Night, not just for the ladies. So come on down. Should prove to be a very interesting show. Like I said, I've got some great panelists coming on.
That's it. And R2, yes, Young Guns. You heard that right. I don't know why you're like, Young Guns. You like Young Guns, must be. It's a good movie. Should watch Bone Tomahawk. LOL. Must be a joke. But LOL. Yeah, so everybody, don't forget to follow us. And remember, Twitter, I'll tag as many people as I can in the time that I have, so that you guys are notified if you don't get the notification from YouTube. Sorry, I can't just like hit a button and then everybody's tagged. That would be cool, but I guess it doesn't work that way. So love you guys. Thanks for coming out, and we'll talk to you again on Sunday. So good night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget. Should be something we should never forget or never surrender. Anyways, did something happen to our goodbye video? Oh, there it is. Okay, goodbye, everybody.